hindsight, these statements seem laughable, but they were made by some very intelligent people. Why were these statements so short-sighted? Because they were seen through the lenses of their own experiences and perceptions. They were subject to their biases, assumptions, and autobiographies, just like you and me. The problem is, we think we see the world as it is, when in fact, we see the world as we are. We see everything through the perspective of our own paradigm. The word paradigm comes from the Greek root paradigma, meaning pattern, the pattern we expect to see, or the mental image of the way things are. A paradigm could also be compared to a window through which people see the world. Imagine for a moment that each of these panes of glass represents various paradigms people hold. If people saw the world in these ways, what would they do? And what results would they get? I'm too old to change, one might say. Another might say, anyone can change. One could say, those people are all alike. Another, everyone has unique strengths to offer. This company is in a no-growth industry. There are unlimited prospects for growth in this industry. If you see your industry as one where growth is impossible, how does that affect what you do every day? And what results do you think you'll get from your actions? On the other hand, suppose you saw unlimited prospects for growth in your industry. How would that change your actions? So much of what we do in our personal lives and at the office is the result of the paradigms we hold. And what we do, in turn, affects the results we get. This is called the see, do, get cycle. What we see, our paradigms, determine what we do, our behaviors and actions, which in turn determine what we get. And unless we consciously stand apart from and examine our paradigms, we might never see that perhaps many of them are distorted, short-sighted, or just flat out wrong. Let's say you were trying to find a location in San Francisco, and the map given you said San Francisco, but it really was a map of Los Angeles. Would it help to work harder to double your speed? Obviously no. You just get lost twice as fast. A paradigm is a map you have in your mind. If your mental map is inaccurate and you don't question it, a positive mental attitude or a heroic effort won't matter much. I remember a mini paradigm shift I experienced one Sunday morning on a subway in New York. People were sitting very quietly, some reading, some resting with their eyes closed. Suddenly, a man and his children entered the subway car. The children ran yelling through the car, throwing things, grabbing people's newspapers. Their father sat down near me and closed his eyes and did nothing. I felt irritated. I could not believe he would let his children run wild like that. After a few minutes of patience and restraint, I turned to him and said, "Sir, your children are really disturbing a lot of people. I wonder if you could control them just a little more."
Yeah, you're right. I should do something. But we just came from the hospital where their mother died about an hour ago, and I guess they don't know how to handle it. Guess I don't know how to handle it.
Can you imagine how I felt at that moment? My paradigm shifted. Suddenly I saw things differently. And because I saw differently, I thought differently. I felt differently. I acted differently. My irritation vanished. Compassion flowed freely. I wanted to help instead of criticizing and complaining. You see, Once you see things as they really are, you'll think, feel, and act differently. And you'll do it automatically, spontaneously. Thomas Kuhn, the scientist who popularized the word paradigm, said, "All significant breakthroughs are breakwiths, old ways of thinking. If you want to make minor changes in your life, work on your behavior. But if you want to make significant quantum breakthroughs, work on your paradigms."